Welcome to Programming by Practicing, where my aim is to take you from a novice to an expert in a single day. So let's get started. We are going to learn about array operations today. This is going to be a very short session focusing on important operations you can perform on arrays. And once you guys finish the session and practice a little bit, please check out the quiz I've provided in the description below to make sure that you've learned all the array operations thoroughly. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, please comment below and I'll try to answer them as much as possible. Okay, let's get started. So first, let's begin by defining an array which we can use to perform all these operations. Let's say trade wars, to represent all the countries which are at war within trading right now. Canada, and then India, and then China. And let's define a variable which we can use to print to showcase the operations we performed on the array. Country. Okay, so the first thing which I want to talk about is assessing the size of the array. Ruby provides a variety of functions which you can use to determine the size of an array or to see whether it's empty or it includes a particular element. The thing I like about Ruby is that you can use different operations interchangeably, which mean the same thing, and unlike some other programming languages which throws error and you have to remember that, oh, you can only use length in this language or size in the other language, Ruby supports everything. So let's start by trade wars.length. It's actually going to print you the length of the array. Ruby array.rb 4, and if you forget that it's called length, you can always use size and it'll print the same, or you can always use count also and it's going to do the same. This is the beauty of Ruby. Now if you want to check whether it's empty, all you have to do is use the function empty, put a question mark to denote that it's a function call, and if you execute this above script, you can see that it prints false because of course our array trade wars contain 4 elements. You can also use it in an empty array to make sure the function works. So this is going to print true because we've given an empty array. Okay. Now the next operation is called include. This can be used to check whether the particular element is present in an array. Let's say USA, and let's print the output of the operation. This is actually going to return true. Let me clear the screen so that it's a bit more readable. Okay, true. Now if you try to see if an element is present which is not there, like Eritrea, this will print false. So this is useful in case you want to check whether an input entered by a user is present in a list of potential options that is supported by your script. Now let's talk about array addition operations. So if you want to add a new element to an array, Ruby provides Append Operator, and you can use that to add a new element. So let's add the new element Eritrea, and let's output the script. Let's run the script again, and it appended Eritrea to the end. The beauty of Ruby is that this operation actually constructs a new array and returns the newly constructed array so that you can chain them together. So if we add a second country at the end and use the append operator again, it's going to return the array with the 2 elements added. Almost all the operations in Ruby support chaining so that you can call multiple operations in the same line rather than some other languages where you have to give them at different lines. If you don't want to use the append operator, you can always use the traditional function insert, but the key here is that you have to provide an index. So let's say I want to insert a country between US and Canada. I'll provide index 1 and then the country name Nepal, and if I print the country, I'm gonna get Nepal in index 1 here. Now you don't need to assign this to a variable. You can also print the original array because this is inserting elements into the original array. Let me clear this a bit, and if you print it, it shows the same result. Now, another useful operation we have is push, which appends an element to the end of the array. So if you print this, you can see that it appended Nepal to the end of the array. The opposite of push is unshift, which you can use to append an element to the beginning of the array. So if you print this one, you can see that Nepal got appended to the beginning. Again, all these operations are supports chaining, so you can also use unshift Eritrea, and you can provide a different element also like Burma. And if you run the script, you can see that it appended Nepal first, and then again it appended Eritrea and Burma in front of that, so that the order is Eritrea, Burma, Nepal, and then the rest of the original elements. So these are the insert operations. Now if you want to delete elements from an array, you can use pop. This actually deletes element from the end of the array. So let's print the original array. So as you can see, it removed China, which was at the end. Now you can specify a number here, 2, so that it will remove the last 2 elements from the end. This prints US and Canada. Let me clear the screen again. Now the opposite of pop is shift, which actually removes elements from the beginning of the array. So if you run the script, you can see it removed US and Canada, and only India and China are left. What if you want to delete a particular element by name? Like you want to give the element that you want to delete. Use the operation delete and then give the element you want to delete, and this actually deletes element India and returns the remaining array. What if you want to delete at a specific index? Use delete at operation, give the index, and the element at 0th index USA got deleted, and the array is left with remaining elements Canada, India, and China. Thank you guys for your time. Once you practice what we've learned today, do check out the quiz in the description box to make sure you understood everything thoroughly. And if you found this video helpful, please like this video and do subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, do comment them below and I will answer all of them as fast as I can.